Hi Schatzileins, welcome back to the Phoebe Way. If this is your first time, my name is Phoebe, and on this channel we bring you the information on life in Germany, also legal aspects of life in Germany to make life in Germany easy for you. And as tradition demands, every Sunday of the month I bring to you the new laws, the legal changes in Germany that are relevant to you as a foreigner living in Germany. We have a lot to talk about this Sunday or in this video, so let's get right into it. Let's start with the part that talks about laws from the EU that have been nationalized in Germany, okay? When it comes to traveling, the new entry and exit system for the EU countries that are participating, many countries in the Schengen area, is supposed to start. So from 12th of October, there won't be a real person standing there and stamping your passports, especially for those who are non-EU travelers who are here on a short-term stay. They want to make sure that people with short-term stays leave the country when they're supposed to leave. They want to make sure that it is more secure, so the borders are more secure. Secondly, they want to curb this overstay. A lot of people come and overstay. They want to be able to control that better. And if you have an EU citizenship, you are not included in this new regulation. It is mainly for non-EU travelers who are on short-term stays and short-term visas, right? And if you are still a non-EU traveler but you're on a long-term visa, you are also likely to be exempt. So that is the first thing for you to know, especially those of us who are expecting family members. Just know that from the 12th of October, things are going to change. They have to go through the digitalized, automated style of entering the country. Their passport control is going to be different. Another EU regulation that has been introduced into national law is this: banking. From the 9th of October, all banks in the Eurozone, right, are supposed to make sure that their clients get swift transactions. So if I send money to someone in Italy, if I send some money to someone in Austria, they're supposed to get the money within 10 seconds, even if it's a holiday. That is what that means. But because these swift transactions are going on, they have to increase the security. So if I'm sending money to so person, if I say the person's name is Abraham Lincoln, for example, and then the IBAN, the international bank account number I put in, does not show Abraham Lincoln as the recipient, then I will be immediately notified. So all those wrong TikTok videos going about where they are checking your bank account, they're checking your bank account. No. That is not what it means. People have sent me a particular video and I'm like, why this wrong information? Because they're going to have the swift transactions, the banks have to give us extra security layer, and that is all that means. All right, please pay attention. And if you do not know what is going on, I'm going to put the links of the credible German sources in the description box. I'm also going to put the ones that I use to understand the situation right here. Now we're finished with the EU regulations that have been translated into national law. Let's come to what Germany has been doing. So for the past year or few months, we have had the elektronische Patientenakte, electronic patient records, right, being digitalized. And we had a test phase. Now this test phase has ended. So from October 1st, the doctors are under obligation to have the possibility to use electronic patient records for their patients. If you as a patient do not want this, you can opt out, okay? It is not by force to have your electronic records digitalized. But if you want to, it means that if your doctor has information about you, he would put that on your electronic file, and your medical history, your diagnosis, your prescriptions. For some of us, for me, for example, if I go to the doctor now and he puts a prescription on my card, it is sent direct, and I give the card to the pharmacist, they're able to retrieve it without any paper being, exchanged or anything. I like that because my Krankenkassen card, my health insurance card is always with me, but that paper, I might lose it. It can happen. It has happened to me before. So I like that. But if you do not want any electronic brouhaha or wahala, you are like at liberty to opt out. All right, from October 1st, landlords are required to give you the calculation of the heating cost according to what you really used. Till now, they had this wärmepumpe privilege where they could say, okay, according to the area of your apartment, as in the space in the apartment, that's how I'm going to calculate it. So if you have 48 square meters, your neighbor has 50 square meters, and the other one has 60, he's just going to split it according to the space that is in the house because, well, that's the space that is being heated, right? But no, from 1st of October, he has to give it to you according to what the meters read. Okay, so please keep that in mind, and also look at your Nebenkostenabrechnung with an eagle's eye. Just be more focused on how things are calculated. Okay, if you want more information on Mietrecht and how to Mietrecht as in rental law or tenancy law, just follow us on Instagram, on TikTok, and also check out our website. We'll be putting out articles, legal articles in English to make it easier for you to understand what is going on as well. Rundfunkbeiträge oder Rundfunkgebühren, so broadcasting fee. This time around, it is not about how they are going to increase or how they are not going to give you a quarter invoice, because normally they were giving us quarterly invoices. That was as the last year, but now they are giving us the yearly invoice. So that was in one of the updates that we did. But now they are saying that from October, people who receive BAföG, which are students, or the people at Subis who are receiving the Beihilfe, they can also be exempted from it as long as they're not living at home anymore. All right, so if you are a student, please look into it, because you have to send the application yourself. You have to notify them and let them know that, please, my situations have changed, my circumstances have changed, I qualify for the exemption, so don't charge me. Okay, keep that in mind, especially because a lot of us have started their Ausbildung from September, October. Look into it so you don't have to be paying the broadcasting fee. Talking about paying taxes, this October, if you want to have a tax reduction, it is possible if you are earning more than the 12,000 that is due to be taxed. So when you earn as more than this amount, your income is taxed, right? And if you have certain job-related expenses like transportation costs, how you get to work, and similar things, telecommunications costs, and all kinds of costs that are related to your job, right? Then you can send an application to the Finanzamt and tell them that I want you to allow my employer to deduct less taxes. When you do it like this, you don't have to wait till you declare your taxes before you get your money back. So you're actually doing it before they take the taxes. You get the difference, because some of us, they take the full taxes, and then after the year ends, after the tax year ends, we declare our taxes, and then if you have to be reimbursed, you get reimbursed. But if you want to make things easier for yourself and you kind of already know how much you got the previous years, then you can tell Finanzamt, and Finanzamt would allow your employer to deduct less taxes. Technologia. Listen, this one is funny because I remember the last week in September, the news came out that Microsoft says they will not continue the update for the Windows 10, the support for Windows 10. They will not continue that anymore, and definitely not the previous ones, right? So it was like, okay, what are people going to do? But then there was a lot of criticism, and then they were like, you know what, we will continue it until from October 14, 2025. And then you have to be doing the updates yourself. Like you have to go and download the updates, but they'll be giving you the free support. So it has been extended by a year. This is the update. So if you have an older laptop, or if you have an older Windows program, this is the updates for you. Now let's come to general information. We know that October means O to O. O to O means it's time for you to look into changing your car tires. This is something that a lot of people do not keep in mind, But if you know that you need winter tires, this is the time for you to look at either buying new ones if your old ones are run down. But if your old ones are good and they have this profile, you are good to go. But you know, from Oktober bis Ostern ist Winterreifenzeit, okay? Winterreifensaison. And then after Ostern, you can go back to your summer tires. Some of us have Ganzjahresreifen. We can rest, except of course, your tires are no more in good shape, okay? Road safety is important. And of course, if you also want to have your car checked for free, there is an activity, or let me say a program going on now, and I'm going to put that program in the description box down below, so you can click on it and see if you can go there and have your car checked for free. That is also another thing. It's being organized by an automobile club in Germany, so that is something that you can look into as well. October also means that we are going back from the daylight saving time to our regular time. So on the night from 26th to 27th of October, you get to sleep 1 hour longer, because we are going to have 3 a.m. 2 times, so that we come to our normal time. So if you have to be calculating times, please keep that in mind. If you don't have only digital clocks around you, you have analog clocks, please make sure that you set them. And I think we have come to the end of the legal updates. I've been getting this question, sorry, I didn't announce this in the beginning, but after every first Sunday of the month, after we talk about the legal changes, we also talk about a question that has been asked. And this question has been asked 3 times in the past week. I'm a foreign trained lawyer, or I'm a lawyer under foreign training. I'm in a different country, okay? And I want to work in Germany. How do I go about that? Why I got this question is obviously because I am on the traineeship in Germany. So I did my first law degree in Germany, and in Germany we have a different system, okay? Yes, it is possible to do Bachelor of Laws in Germany, and it's also possible to do Master of Laws in Germany, but that does not allow you to become a lawyer. The term Rechtsanwalt, or for women, Rechtsanwältin, that job title is not for people with bachelors and masters, okay? If you want to work as an active lawyer, as a Rechtsanwalt, meaning that you'll be called to the bar, you'll be joining the Lawyers Association, you are one that can go to court and defend your clients in court. You want to work as a judge, you want to work as a state prosecutor and all of that, you need the first and second state exams, and I have the first. When you have the first one, you are called a Diplom-Jurist, and that is why I keep saying ich bin Diplom-Juristin, okay? That course usually would take you anything between 4 to 6 years in a regular day, because some of us will do like exchange programs and all of that. That is how that works. And then after you finish the Diplom-Jurist, you can do the 2 years. That is called Rechtsreferendariat. So that is similar to pupillage, that you have the practical training in court with other lawyers, and at the same time too, you have to be studying. You have like once a week, you have class, and then you are taught how to do things. Fun fact, today is my first day of referendariat. Today is 1st October, and I'm actually going for my first day at school. So congratulations to me. And law school in Germany is not easy, honey. I know law school anywhere is not easy, but in Germany and in German, as a child born in Ghana, and I came to Germany when I was 12, and I did my Abitur here, and I self-trained to become a legal interpreter and everything. God is God, and Phoebe is a bad girl. okay, fine. So that is that. After you do the Rechtsreferendariat, you continue to do the second Staatsexamen, and it is with that one that you are called to the bar. So with that, when you pass that, you get the Befähigung zum Richteramt, meaning that you are actually eligible to become a judge and not necessarily just a lawyer. But if you become a judge, depends on your grades and also depends on the state that you did your Staatsexamen in. So with all of that, you have to calculate and know which Bundesstaat, which federal state is more advantageous for me in the path that I have chosen. For me, I've always been in Baden-Württemberg. Even in Ghana, I was in the Western region. I've always been a West Side girl. And it did occur to me to move to a different state, but it had a lot holding me here in Baden-Württemberg. So I stayed in Stuttgart and I studied in Tübingen. So that is that. But if you are coming from outside Germany with a law degree, with a foreign law degree, it depends on the kind of country you come from. If it is an EU country, it is easier because even though you don't have the first and second Staatsexamen, they are able to do the equivalence. They are able to evaluate and recognize your degree much easier. And also, for example, you studied in Italy. I think one of the questions that they studied in Italy, and you definitely need the German language because Rechtssprache is Deutsch. The lingua franca, or the legal language, is German in courts, and that is why I became a legal interpreter, because I could speak other languages for people to understand. You get it? That's one thing. Second thing is this. You can specialize in cross-border international law. So the reason why I get a bit of a stomach ache when people come with foreign law degrees is because the German law system is very peculiar. Simple thing is, let's say Kaufvertrag, sale contracts, right? Somebody buys bread. In Germany, buying common bread is 3 contracts in one. First of all, we have the contract with I want to buy bread. I want to buy bread. That's my German accent coming out. Also Verpflichtungserklärung. Dann haben wir, oder Verpflichtungsgeschäft, Verpflichtungsgeschäft, Verfügungsgeschäft, right? And then within the Verpflichtungsgeschäft that says I want to buy bread, we agree to sell bread. You agree to sell bread to me, I agree to pay the money to you. That is a Verpflichtungsgeschäft. The Verfügungsgeschäft means I give you the money, you give me the bread, and me giving you the money is already one Rechtsgeschäft already, and then you giving me the bread is another. So we have 3. You get it? It's like you have to break into 3 things. And I know that in other laws or other types of laws, other countries, it is just one thing or highest 2. So we have Abstraktionsprinzip, Trennungsprinzip. It is very, very different in Germany. And so if you do not take care, these specialties would be an issue for you, but you can learn anything. If you're ready to learn or go through the first state exams and second state exams to become a lawyer, that is fine. But if you do not want to do that, my best bet for you is to do an LLM to allow you to become an in-house counsel, like work for companies or other things. And sometimes too, depending on which country you're coming from, like from other EU countries or something, you can still work in Germany with the acquired title that you got from your home country, but you still cannot go to court with your clients. So what you will probably be doing is more like counsel, right? But you are not allowed to go to court. Of course, other people who did not do their first and second state exams that can still go to court are the tax advisors, the Steuerberater, but they only go to the Finanzgerichte, to the finance courts, right? And that is that. I hope this question has been answered to your satisfaction or to give you an idea. If you want to look more into this, I'm going to put the links in the description box as well. And yes, follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and our website as well, and also we're on Facebook as well. So yes, follow me, and I'll be putting these information out in info carousels or also in posts on the Facebook page or also on the website, either one, whatever you prefer. But yes, these are the legal updates. The summary is your banking system is more secure and faster, which is a plus. It is not a cause for you to be worrying or to be fretting. And secondly, look into your Nebenkostenabrechnung. Check your taxes. Do you want to have a tax reduction? 4, check your car. Check your car tires for your own safety and for the safety of others as well. And apart from that, I think we have come to the end of this video. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much for your support. And I promise you, I have dedicated a whole calendar to creating content on life in Germany, and I'm excited to do this with you. Take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers!